Guys, it's happening for Bitcoin. Emergency update, no jokes. Look at this, guys. So what we had said yesterday is basically predicting and happening exactly as predicted over the last couple of days, which is basically we're gonna go here towards this level of resistance. Unfortunately, I missed my entry for the short, as you guys know, by like $200. Doesn't matter. I still think we can go back up there if we of course close above this major level of support right here. But what happened then, we found support at this level here, $62.2 thousand. Yesterday I mentioned, look guys, if we break below, most likely we'll go to 60,000, which is right where we are right now. And this is of course the level which has been acting as major previous support right here, and also as I mentioned before many times, all the way here in 2024. So it is a big level of support which we are looking at. And right now it is gonna probably act as a big level of support once again. And we can see right here for Bitcoin that we are currently retesting this level of support, which is of course, I drew it here, but we could also draw it at this wick, but let's draw it somewhere here. I mean, if we go all the way to the bottom of course the wick, this will bring us to $59,100 approximately, which is actually where I think we could potentially go. And what I'm really looking for here is to see some kind of support forming, especially on the 4 hourly. We can also look at it on the 1 hourly, but I want to be seeing really some kind of support forming here if we're gonna long this position, and then we can long this nicely to potentially, of course, this level, and then also potentially even the previous high, and then this high at $67,000. So what I'm doing personally is I'm not going to long it. I'm going to be waiting for short positions, because in a bear market, guys, I really don't want to be longing Bitcoin. I want to be looking for short opportunities in a bear market, and in a bull market, I'm looking for long opportunities. Now, Bitcoin on the move down grabbed a lot of liquidity. A lot of people got liquidated, and these are people who were longing the markets. They kept longing the markets. We can see even now still the majority of people are still longing the markets, and they're still betting and putting money in for the markets to go up. The funding rates are very positive, as you can see here. And basically that keeps adding more liquidity. We grab most of that liquidity now, and if we go down to like let's go to the 48 hourly, we can see some liquidity being built up on the upside now, of course, as people are starting to short right now. And we can see this liquidity here at 63,000. If I zoom out a bit, let's go to the 3 daily, we can also see most of the liquidity is actually above us. There's not that much liquidity left below us. We have a lot at 63,000, and then we have some at like $66,000. And if I go to the 1 weekly chart, we can also see this very nicely here. We can see that most of the liquidity is here now on the top side at like $66,000, which, look, if we find a nice support from this level, then I think we're gonna go back to the upside. What I want to be seeing is some kind of candle that does not close below this level, and then I want to be seeing us kind of starting to go up. I would never open a trade in a down move like this. I would always open a trade once we have confirmation that we are going the other direction, because we can also, of course, just keep crushing down here. I mean, look at this. The open interest went drastically up. It was always down here at like this kind of low level, and now it just immediately went up. What does this tell us? A lot of people have opened new positions. Now, I can't tell if people have opened long or short positions. It doesn't matter. What it's telling us is that it's not actually gone down immediately. So it's a warning sign. If it went down a lot, it meant a lot of people got liquidated. But no, a lot of people got liquidated, but even more people opened new positions. So you have a lot of people starting to short the market here and long the market. And like I said, what I want to be seeing here, if we're going to stay below this level and close below this $59,000 to $60,000 level, I would say it's about this level, like 59,500. If we have like a 4 hourly or a daily below that, and open interest remains high, most likely the move will continue to the downside. If, however, we close above this level on like a higher time frame, like a 4 hourly or a daily, and then we close above this line, then I think we can go back and retest the highs. Now, I want to quickly highlight, look, 20% we were down this month, 20% from the high. That's immensely down. And also we have a lot of new Bitcoin buy orders that are being placed between $59,000 to $60,000. You can see this right here. Look at all the buys that are being placed here between $59,000 and $60,000. And that makes me believe, like I already previously mentioned, that we are most likely going to find a bounce from here to the upside and go higher, retest these previous highs. Now, I also want to highlight, if we go on the daily chart and then I put the RSI on here, the relative strength index, we can actually see a bullish divergence, guys. And a bullish divergence is of course a positive signal. A bullish divergence signifies that we are going to follow the RSI direction, and the RSI direction is upward sloping right now, even while the price is even going down. So I believe we're going to potentially and most likely find a support here, go back up, retest this. That's where I'm going to enter my short positions for real this time. Hopefully we're going to get entered, and then ride this wave down. I think we're going to break this level then, and then continue riding that wave down to the downside for some time until we find some support. And guys, keep in mind that we're also trading along this major level. Let me remove the logarithmic, you can see it. This major level of previous resistance and support. And this is this green dotted line, which I just added to my chart. And this was basically previous resistance, now support. And we're gonna most likely, once we break down, find some support along this line. And it's most likely, in my opinion, gonna be somewhere along this line. So I think we can find a bottom somewhere in the low 50s, or potentially here at $42,000. And I mentioned that because the volume profile actually does co-align here. Let me show that to you guys. And this is what I'm talking about. Look at the volume profile. So the volume profile is showing us a lot of previous trading activity going on around this level. That's why I drew it. This is like $42,000, $43,000, and then a bit less volume, but still a significant amount at about $51,000. Also keep in mind, if I draw the Fibonacci from the top to the bottom, so I'm gonna just zoom out a bit and draw it for you guys, we can see also that we are right now approaching that golden pocket. I know it's a bit crowded now. If I just remove these two lines, then we can see it. The the Fibonacci is showing us also major golden pocket here, which we're gonna most likely enter into now once we break down below the $60,000 region. And then also at this level here, like the 40s, which is where we potentially could go to eventually. But for now, what I'm really looking for is for us to be breaking that major level here at $60,000 or just below $60,000. If we find support, we're gonna go back up. If not, we're gonna go quickly down. It's why I wanna go very quick in my opinion. So with that being said, see you guys tomorrow. Stay sharp and don't enter any positions right now until we see some confirmation. And I'll let you guys know. See you tomorrow. Bye.